Hey YouTubers, Redfish Ross here. Uh, as anybody that follows my videos or has seen uh, many of my videos knows that I'm not a big talker. Uh, I kind of prefer to just let the fishing speak for itself. But that being said, uh, I've been getting questions about what I'm throwing and how I'm throwing it and what I'm catching fish on. Uh, I don't always go into a lot of detail in my videos about what I'm doing, so I'm going to do a little video here and just show you some of the stuff that I've been catching fish on this winter, uh, and it's been really effective. It's worked well for me. Uh, I sure don't claim to have all the answers. Uh, there's nothing worse than to me than somebody getting on YouTube and claiming to be an expert, because when it comes to fishing, I don't care how long you've done it or whatever, you never have all the answers. You're constantly learning. Uh, I'm 62 years old. I've been doing this since I was 4 years old, and I feel like I've just scratched the tip of the iceberg. Uh, it's just a never-ending learning experience as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that being said, all winter long, I've been throwing this new mirror lure, and I don't know if you can see that, but this thing is a mass of bite marks. This is the third one that I've been using, and it's just, they have just chewed it to pieces. It's a suspending twitch bait, and it's just it's amazing what a little bit of movement, this thing will roll and it darts and it'll actually go side to side, and it's got a real good flash. This one has got so many bite marks on it. It's not flashing a whole lot right now, but the inside of it really shows up. I mean, you can see it a long ways out there when you're working it right, because if there's any sun at all, you'll get that flash, flash, flash as it goes through there. Trout and redfish have eaten this thing up, but mainly trout, because I've been using it in just a little bit deeper water than where the redfish have been staying. You've been seeing me catch a lot of fish on these twister tails, and the ones I'm throwing is this gull, and I'm throwing it on a really light jig head, and the reason for that is because I'm throwing it in water like this, and there's a lot of grass. So with a real light jig head and this twister tail, which gives it some lift, you can actually just kind of swim this thing above that grass without having to crank it 100 miles an hour. This is the first year I've thrown this, and I don't know if it's the action of the tail or if it's the fact that it stinks, it's got scent, but I can get redfish to hit this thing when they hardly hit anything else. And anybody that's seen my videos has seen me catch a lot of redfish on this. The other thing, you see me throw a lot of topwaters, and that's my favorite way to fish. And this is probably one of my favorite topwater plugs, which is a Spook Junior. But we have a lot of grass problems here, especially when the ducks come down and start feeding and pulling up the grass. You get so much floating grass, it's really hard to fish tribbles. So I've taken these semicircle hooks and laid them on there. And if you lay them this way, as you pull it, you can see that they fold up out of the way. and you can get it through even when the grass is pretty bad. The hookup is fine. I haven't had any complaints. I mean, I think it hooks up just as good as trebles. But like on this lure, in the videos coming up, you're going to see me catch a lot of redfish on this. And I showed it in the last video. And this lure you can't buy. You can buy this lure, which is the full mamma jamma. But I take this lure and I make this lure. And this lure is a absolute redfish slayer. I mean, when you get rid of this tail end, it runs shallower and the wiggle becomes much tighter. And of course you got the rattle. And you can just, if they're a little bit aggressive, they will just absolutely go crazy over this thing. The other one I throw a lot, which in my early videos before it got cold, is this, what they call a waker. And this thing will run super shallow, and it just, in fact, you can't hardly get it to go under. It'll just come across the top. And being short and squatty like it is, you can see this hook's bent from from a fish I caught on it. But this thing goes through the grass pretty good, even with trebles, because the way it runs, these hooks kind of get behind this lip, and the big body kind of pushes the grass out of the way. But the other thing that I just can't be without is these jigs that you've seen me catch a zillion trout on. And this is the one that I throw. It's a cocoa, a queen, which is the bigger one. And they make a smaller one, but I really prefer this one. As far as color goes, I haven't really ever seen where color made a big difference. It's mainly the action and how you use it. But I prefer this color, and the reason for it is it's really firm. And these cocoas, you buy different colors. Some of them are really soft, and some of them are really firm. Some of them are kind of in between. And I think it's because of the pigmentation they put in them. But anyway, I use this one. This is the firmest color that I've found, and you can catch a lot of fish on one before you have to change it out. I hope that answers some of the questions that I've gotten about the lures and what I'm throwing and stuff. And if anybody has any more questions, you can leave comments at the bottom where my videos are, or you can send me an email at redfishross@yahoo.com. Hope everybody has a good time. Tight lines, catch a lot of fish. See y'all later.